Here we are. It's that time of the year again. The IPL auction has gotten underway, and as it is, teams have broken banks for players, captains, all rounders, and as expected, Rishabh Pant ended up being the most expensive player in the history of the tournament. He was signed by Lucknow Super Giants for 27 crores, and then, of course, Shreyas Iyer went to Punjab Kings for 26.75 crores. Let's take a look at the trends in this IPL auction, what happened on day one of the auction, and why teams have operated the way they have, and the general theme, which is largely based of homecomings and new beginnings. In this episode of Fours and Sixes, we'll break down everything, and this is me, Gomesh. I'll take you through all of it. So let's start with the captains and Rishabh Pant, KL Rahul, and Shreyas Iyer. These three players were always going to go for big money, but a lot will depend on whose name comes first and when. Shreyas's name came first, and unsurprisingly, there was a bidding war, and as expected or someone anticipated, he eventually went to Punjab Kings, who had the biggest purse going into the auction, having retained just two players. And they have Ricky Ponting as coach, so they have worked in the past before at Delhi Capitals. So Shreyas went to Punjab Kings for 26.75 crores. Then came KL Rahul, who is in T20 cricket, as things stand, has received mixed reactions in terms of intent and the way he plays in general. While there is no question in ability, he is often prone to go into a shell, and strike rate has become a concern as such. But a lot of people expected RCB to go hard for Rahul, considering they need a captain as well as him having a local connect. There were not as much fight as one expected, and in the end, one have to say Delhi Capitals signed KL Rahul for 14 crores, which is a steal as things stand. If the KL Rahul can flip a switch and become the T20 player he's capable of. Not to mention the fact that he also will have Akshar Patel, he also will have a lot of players who he's worked with, and he'll be working with Hemang Badani as well, who's a very well-renowned T20 coach in the domestic as well as the IPL league as well. But the bigger picture, the biggest of all, is Rishabh Pant. When Delhi Capitals and JSW and the GRM owned Delhi Capitals parted way with Rishabh Pant, everybody expected Pant to break the bank. It was always going to be a question of how much it is going to be. He was always going to surpass Mitchell Starc, who was signed for 24 crores in the last auction. This time he went as close as there is to be that, and then there was an RTM card, and then Lucknow took the price up to 27 crore. Delhi deliberated and eventually let go. Lucknow they let go of KL Rahul, a keeper batter captain, and have now brought in Rishabh Pant. They also have Nicholas Pooran, who they have retained for 21 crores. Now these three players have found new homes, and a lot of others as well. But among this, Shreyas is a known, you can say that he's going to captain Punjab Kings. He just won the IPL for Kolkata Knight Riders. But one has to wait and see how things go for Rishabh with Pooran in the mix, as well as Rahul with someone like Akshar Patel in the mix. But as things stand, one can say at least two of the three players are expected to lead the teams, but we'll have to wait and see how that goes. Now, T20 cricket, at a time when captaincy is becoming as little relevant as possible, especially with coaches and data analysis and background staff running the show, at a time the teams going for the captains this hard for this money tells a lot, not just about the tactics and the analytics of it, but also about the branding of it and how a player will suit in their brand and what makes that player work well with the image the team has and the fan base the team has, which is where a lot of homecomings have happened. Someone like Venkatesh Iyer, a proven India all-rounder in the IPL stage, who won the IPL with Kolkata but was not retained as they went for all the other players who they might not be able to get in the auction. Venkatesh Iyer was signed by Kolkata for 20 crores, fourth highest in the history of the uh, league for any Indian in auction. If I'm not wrong, in this auction he was the third highest ever. Kohli was retained for 21 crores. Apart from that, he is the third in this auction for an Indian player at least. And KKR CEO Venki Mysore explained why they wanted such a player. He's a proven match winner. There is no doubt about it. But he works well within the brand of the franchise. He works well within the system. And he's a known product whom they know they can work with. And it is not just Venkatesh Iyer. A lot they have also brought Angrish Raghuvanshi and then Chennai Super Kings, who did not bid much in the early stages, did not get anyone in the early stages, has brought back Ravichandran Ashwin. Ravichandran Ashwin is a homegrown Chennai born and bred cricketer. He was with Chennai Super Kings until 10 years ago, and since then he's been around in 3-4 franchises. And after a long gap, he's coming back home. Ashwin is coming back home. He'll be joining Jadeja in Chennai Super Kings. And then there is Devon Conway, who's coming back to Chennai Super Kings as well. Rahul Tripathi is coming to Chennai, who worked with Stephen Fleming during the Rising Pune Super Giant days. And then there is Sachin Ravindra, who was right to match for 4 crores as well. And it's not just Chennai. There are a lot of other teams, like Mumbai has gone for Trent Boult. And then there is someone like Josh Hazelwood, who's once again gone to Royal Challengers Bangalore. A lot of other players as well who have gone to the same teams, like RR have gone hard for Jofra Archer, who will be going back to that franchise as well. But at the same time, it is not all about homecomings. There are a lot of new beginnings as well. Like SRH has gone all in and built a very dynamic T20 side. They have brought in Ishan Kishan, they have brought in Mohammad Shami, Harshal Patel, Abhinav Manohar, Rahul Chahar, Adam Zampa, Simarjeet Singh. And they also have already retained Abhishek Sharma, Nitish Kumar Reddy, Pat Cummins, Travis Head, and it's only going to get more explosive. Henrik Klaasen, who's the highest retention, 23 crores. Another run fest on cards in Hyderabad, we can say for now. Uh, Rajasthan Royals, apart from Archer, they've also got Hasaranga, they've also got Tikshana, the replacement for the Ravichandran Ashwin and Chahal duo. At some level, they've also got Kumar Kartikeya, the left arm spinner as well. RCB now is a curious case. Everyone thought they will go hard for KL Rahul, they will go hard for someone like Abhinav Manohar, who is also another Karnataka player. Whereas they have made sure by and large they have made sure they did not overspend on any single player, and they've tried to conserve as much money as possible. But one will have to wait and see what kind of options they get on day 2 of the auction. They have, as things stand, 33 crores approximately after day 1, and they have only eight players in the mix. They let go of Siraj, who went to GT for 12 crores. They brought back Josh Hazelwood, Phil Salt, Jitesh Sharma, 11 crores, Liam Livingston, and then the biggest, probably the smartest of buys they have done so far is Shreya Sharma, the leg spinner who played for KKR for 2.6 crores. Rashik Dar, the pacer, he was bought for 6 crores. But a lot is to unravel in day 2, and it will be interesting to see how they utilize the rest of the money to put together a strong team. They already have someone like Virat Kohli, and as things stand, they don't have a straightaway captaincy candidate. And if they are not able to find anyone, it should not be a surprise where Chinnaswamy Stadium gets back behind Kohli, who may be captains for probably 1 or 2 years. Once again, in his last wind of a career. Punjab Kings, coming to this team, the support staff is well known. They have Ricky Ponting at helm. We knew a lot of candidates are going to go to this team, people who he has worked with, people who he rates highly. But the steal for them is someone like Ashdeep Singh, who they ride to match for 18 crores. They've got Marcus Stoinis, they've got Glenn Maxwell, who started, who rose to fame with Punjab Kings in 2014. Now he's finally going back and to work with Ricky Ponting as well. They've got Vaishak Vijay Kumar, Yash Thakur, Harpreet Brar, Vishnu Vinod. But again, we have to wait and see how their top order, which will be built around Shreyas Iyer, comes together. They still have to find Nehal Vadara is a really good buy, but they still have to find an explosive top order, explosive opener. Their middle order is really strong. How it's going to shape up is something we'll have to wait and watch. Lucknow, apart from Rishabh Pant, they have got some really good signings as well. Lavish Khan, David Miller, Abdul Samad, Mitchell Marsh, Aiden Markram, and Aryan Jail. A lot of Avish Khan from Rajasthan is now going back to Lucknow as well for 9.7 crores. They already have a good bunch of retention, and they are also looking at a very strong dynamic T20 squad, and one could expect a lot more high scoring pitches in Ekana than the low scoring black soil pitches maybe in the coming season. Mumbai Indians, they did not bid through the first four sets because they had spent a significant amount of money retaining probably the four biggest players and one of the most promising stars in Indian cricket at this point, Tilak Verma, and then of course Rohit Sharma, Jasprit Bumrah, Hardik Pandya, and Surya Kumar Yadav. So they knew they had to be minimalistic. They had to conserve money because they will not be able to afford any of the big names who came up front. They sat through the first four sets without even bidding for anyone, without getting anyone. But they got Trent Bolt, who has played for Mumbai in the past. They got Namandir, who have played for them in the past. They also got Robin Mins, who last in the mini auction went to GT for a massive amount, but this time in a mega auction he's gone for 65 lakhs, but he has found an excellent team to grow and develop. The wicketkeeper from Jharkhand is likely to start as things stand because they don't have a keeper at this point in time. They have let go of Ishan Kishan. So Mins could start if they are not able to find any other opener, batter, keeper. Then of course they have brought back Karan Sharma in place of Piyush Chawla probably, who went unsold on day one of the auction. Kolkata Knight Riders we have spoken a lot about. Just to mention, they also got Quinton de Kock as well, probably replacing Phil Salt in the top order. They also got back Gurbaz as the backup option as well. Gujarat Titans, another team that's shaped up really well. They've they've brought someone like Josh Butler. They have already Sai Sudarshan and Shubman Gill. Butler could well be the keeper and probably bat at number 3 as well, knowing he's a slow starter in the power play, whereas Sai and Shubman Gill take over and then he can get going in the middle overs. And then they bought Siraj, Rabada, Prasidh Krishna, an excellent pace attack, Mahibal Ramror, Kumar Kushagra, another option they can use, Manav Sutar, probably a replacement for Sai Kishore, Anuj Rawat from Bangalore, and then Nishant Sandhu as well. Delhi, meanwhile, is the last team that we are going to talk about before coming back after day 2 of the auction. For now, Delhi, apart from the retentions, they've got KL Rahul is one thing, but they've also got Mitchell Stark for 11.7 crores. He went for 24 crores in the last auction, we have to remember. So at this price, if he is fully available for the entire season, he could be a steal. They've also got T. Natarajan, 10.75 crores, a left field bowling attack. They've also got Jason Fraser McGurk. It came as a surprise that they did not retain him. They already have Stubbs, and Stubbs, Jake, KL Rahul, Akshar Patel, Ashutosh Sharma, Samir Rizvi. This is a dynamic batting lineup if used properly, if being the customary operative word here. And how they go about it, it's Delhi Capital, so we'll have to wait and watch. But a lot of interesting dynamics happened, a lot of things happened, but as always, left arm seamers from India, Khalil Ahmed went to CSK, so left arm seamers from India are always in demand, and then overseas paces went for good money across board. Indian paces went for good money across board. Apart from that, it's largely keeper batters, captains, and familiar players who the franchises don't mind spending on because they know they bring the fans together. And we'll have to wait and see how Chepauk goes when Ashwin comes back in shades of yellow in the first match at home. Uh, all in all, homecoming and new beginnings has been the overall theme of the auction. This is just for now. Most of the teams are shaping up really well, whereas teams like MI, RCB, and uh, probably to an extent Lucknow as well have a little bit of job to do. SRH, most teams have their first 11 figured out. That's generally what happens, like the first 13 more or less is sorted, but apart from say RCB and Mumbai Indians, how they complement these backup options, how they put together the squad on day two will be all the more crucial. We will be here after day two as well, bringing you all the updates on fours and sixes. But for now, it's a season of homecomings and new beginnings, and that's where we stand. Thank you so much for watching. We'll be back soon enough. Stay tuned.